Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Go Home edition of SmackDown. And tonight, not only are we going to figure out the SmackDown representative for the men's side of the King of the Ring, but we're also going to find out the women's Queen of the Ring representative for SmackDown as well. But right now, we're not kicking us off with any of those type of matches. We're kicking off with Jimmy Uso making his in-ring return after being out for quite a bit at the Night of Champions pay-per-view, where we saw Kurt Angle beat CM Punk. Jimmy Uso would come out and beat down Kurt Angle right in front of the announce table. Jimmy Uso was kicked out of that original bloodline by Solo Sikoa. And obviously Solo, still part of this new bloodline, and certainly Jimmy is going to look to get some revenge on Solo Sikoa eventually, but Jimmy right now has his sights on Kurt Angle, the honorary Uso, the man that isn't really an actual bloodline, but is the honorary Uso in the bloodline. So we'll see how this goes, though. Kurt Angle one-on-one with Jimmy Uso. Jimmy Uso's not really known for being a singles competitor, unlike Kurt Angle, who's done it all in his career. But here in Universe Mode, has not won a championship of sorts, but certainly he's not really caring about that part. He's caring about getting that bloodline, that championship back around themselves, and it doesn't matter who happens to win it as long as it's back around the new bloodline. Right now, Kurt Angle in a good way, picking up a big win recently over CM Punk, and we'll see if he's able to pick up another win, and this time being Jimmy Uso. I don't think a lot of people were expecting Kurt Angle to knock off CM Punk, but certainly a win is a win for Kurt Angle. Former Raw general manager back in the day, and now he's an honorary Uso for the Bloodline. Let's see how he fares against the former Bloodline member, being Jimmy Uso. Here we go. Jimmy versus Kurt to open us up here live on SmackDown. Referee has officially rung the bell. The matchup has started. Cannot wait for this match to get underway. And for what Jimmy Uso did to Kurt Angle, Angle is going to look to tear apart Jimmy Uso tonight. Jimmy Uso didn't not only attack Kurt Angle, but he put him through a table via the Uso splash through the announcer's table, sending him a direct message. So certainly, it wasn't one of those things where it was a super kick out of nowhere. This was a beatdown out of nowhere, but certainly the Bloodline definitely deserved it. Maybe not necessarily Kurt Angle, but if you are aligned with the Bloodline, certainly Jimmy is going to want to obviously send a message one way or another. And on Monday Night Raw, Jimmy Uso's brother, Jade, the European champion, came up a bit short as Ilya Dragunov picked up a big win over Jey Uso to be the representative for the Monday Night Raw King of the Ring. And we very well could have gotten Jey Uso versus Solo Sikoa, a family versus family, bloodline versus bloodline type of matchup live there at King of the Ring, but Ilya Dragunov was able to pick up a massive win over Jey Uso. The nice elbow strike takes down Kurt. Pinfall opportunity. Charles Robinson right there to make sure the count is there. Almost a 2. Just a 1 count though. And now here comes a big clothesline there from Jimmy. And certainly for Jimmy Uso, like we said, not used to being in singles action, but certainly with him now being a singles competitor, certainly he's going to have to definitely change a lot of things in his career, just in the terms of how he trains, because obviously being a tag team competitor, you don't really have to worry about a lot of things. You can tag in your partner. Now Jimmy has to worry about himself and only himself, as he's getting submitted right now, but Jimmy with a reverse headbutt right to the face there, keeping himself in this matchup at least for a little bit longer. It's Kurt with that flying forearm strike. And Kurt Angle coming right out there with him. Going to introduce him as back in the ring we go here. Ooh, into another flying forearm strike right across the temple here. Look at these vicious strikes from Kurt Angle. with a purpose. Right to the temple as well. Not like it's, you know, to the ear or something, but now, uh-oh, this is even worse. Kurt Angle going to the well now with those big haymakers there. You know, when the straps come down, you know Kurt Angle is becoming peak Angle real quick, but he misses out on that frog splash from the second rope, and Jimmy hits him with that, like a basement slide clothesline to take down Kurt momentarily. Now, this is the key moment in the match for Jimmy Uso to figure out something quickly as some Snake Eyes takes down Kurt Angle here. Not sure what Jimmy's thinking about doing. He's going outside the ring, but kind of takes away from what he wants to accomplish. Is now Kurt going to bring him onto the rope here. Kurt Angle, let's see what he has in store. Could be a bad thing for Jimmy Uso here. Kurt Angle, uh-oh, high risk, high reward situation. Is down goes Jimmy. Over the top went Kurt, right into the landing zone. And Kurt Angle, this is, you could tell ever since joining this group over the last couple weeks, it feels like slowly but surely Angle is starting to feel like himself as an Olympic gold medalist connects with the Angle slam to the outside. But like I was trying to say, it seems like Angle has slowly but surely starting to get comfortable and starting to become himself. And that is not a good thing for this roster. Look at Angle. These big old haymakers right to the temple there of Jimmy Uso. And right now for Jimmy, you got to figure out something quickly. It is very difficult right now with how Kurt's acting, that if you're able to somehow get out of this, as Angle now going to go for the pinfall attempt. Shoulders are down, but a strong kick out. Jimmy keeping himself in this match at least a little bit longer. Jimmy right back up to his feet. Kurt Angle ready for him, though, and he hits him with a big-time gut-wrench slam. And, uh-oh, wait a minute. Time for the ankle lock. Jimmy Uso, he's in the middle of the ring. Will he tap out? Charles Robinson literally right on top of him, trying to make sure. He's asking Jimmy if he's going to quit or tap out. But Jimmy Uso still in this matchup. Kurt Angle with the Olympic moonsault. Surely that has to be it. 1, 2, 3. Kurt Angle with a win tonight over Jimmy Uso. What a opening bout tonight. Kurt Angle not going to allow that tech from Jimmy Uso to deteriorate him from what his goals are, a part of this bloodline, ladies and gentlemen. Big win for the honorary Us tonight live on SmackDown. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is the type of match you want to see to kick off on a Friday night. Back and forth, but Kurt Angle showing you why he's a WWE Hall of Famer. The straps were down, and he showed you why peak Angle is the best angle in WWE. As now we shift gears to the semifinals of the Women's King and Queen of the Ring tournament. Obviously, it'd be the Queen of the Ring for the women, but you got one half of the women's tag team champions, Ronda Rousey, against the women's champion, Jade Cargill. How is this matchup going to end? We've seen these two women go at it before, with Jade Cargill coming out on top, but that was months ago when Jade Cargill was, coming along here. She's still undefeated, and she's still on top. She is the women's champion. She has dominated the scene ever since coming to WWE. And we'll see if she can go out here and become victorious in a couple matches tonight. Not only is she going to have to beat Ronda, but she's also going to have to defeat Nia or Liv Morgan later on tonight. We'll see where that goes, but certainly this is a big time match. Champion versus champion, Jade Cargill and Ronda Rousey. And the thing is, for Jade Cargill, yes, she's the women's champion, and she let's say she wins the women's Queen of the Ring, and she goes on, let's say, to beat Bianca there at Queen of the Ring. well, what's the thing for Jade? You know, she's already women's champion. She obviously can't face herself. So, obviously, the logical step is challenging the women's champion, Rhea Ripley, on Monday Night Raw, if Rhea's still champion at that time. But time's going to tell. We can't plan out the future at this moment. You got to take it one step at a time, and Jade has to focus on Ronda Rousey, the baddest woman on the planet. Two badass women going at it tonight in the semifinals. The other matchup later on tonight will be Liv Morgan and Nia Jax. Charles Robinson ringing the bell. The match is official. Let's see who is going to the finals later on tonight in the double main event of the evening. Your other main event is Solo Sikoa and Gunther, representing the men's King of the Ring. And now the women's champion going high risk here, flexing all the way on the top rope. And now a big flying clothesline takes down Ronda. And the very first matchup between these women the first time around was very competitive, with Jade Cargill getting the upper hand. We'll see if there's any difference in the terms of how they scout each other in this moment. As look at this, the military press over the head slam takes down Ronda Rousey. And it feels like Jade Cargill continues to get better every single time we see her. You see different moves out of her repertoire, how she kind of works a matchup. You kind of see the difference and feel the difference throughout the night. Ronda Rousey showing that agility, gonna go for a power slam. Jade able to slip right out of it. It's a problem when you face off with a taller opponent like Jade Cargill. They're kind of easily able to slip out at times. As Jade probably maybe a head taller, maybe a little bit less than a head taller, but still you notice the difference. As a big kick there from Rousey stuns Jade Cargill right to the face, and then might as well go back to the face as a devastating knee strike right to that face. As Ronda continuing to bring that fight here, Jade Cargill, nice jawbreaker that stuns the one half of the women's tag team champions. Back and forth we go. This is the go-home edition of SmackDown, ladies and gentlemen. Just a couple nights away from the King and Queen of the Ring pay-per-view. It is going to be a massive, massive night. You're going to see Seth Rollins versus Stone Cold Steve Austin for the World Heavyweight Championship. And we'll talk more about it more after that jumping kick. 2. Ooh, so close, but 2.5. Also, you're going to see Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams. Wait a minute. Hold on, Cradle. Could you imagine if Ronda defeats Jade Cargill with that? So close. But like we were trying to say, Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams will defend the tag team championships against the new bloodline, Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. It's going to be a big-time tag team matchup there. Also, obviously, the Queen of the Ring, the King of the Ring. You're going to have Drew McIntyre and Ken Shamrock taking on D-Generation X, where if Drew McIntyre loses, when the draft happens, or when everything else happens, he will no longer be a part of Raw. He cannot sign to SmackDown, and he will officially have to go to NXT. But if Drew's team wins, D-Generation X will be forced to officially retire, cannot come out of retirement, and they cannot make any different variations of D-Generation X. Big haymaker there from Jade. And over the top, Ronda Rousey goes, just holding onto that rope, but those big haymakers from Jade Cargill trying to get her down. Wait a minute, Jade trying to go high risk here. As she's pointing at the crowd here, Jade Cargill gonna do it for the fans, maybe, or just show them what she's about to do to Ronda Rousey as Jade's all fired up. Into a jumping knee strike though, Ronda changes up the momentum and the trajectory of where this match is going. And obviously for Jade Cargill, the pressure is mounting every single day that she's undefeated and also as the women's champion. She's going to continue to face talent that may be quote-unquote better than her, because she doesn't have, you know, the same experience like a lot of these wrestlers, but it doesn't mean that Jade can't survive them. And you're seeing that right here, right now, between Ronda and Jade Cargill here. Jade was able to slip out of that maneuver that Ronda Rousey was trying to do. She was trying to throw her up against the table, but Jade's like, nope, not today. As Ronda Rousey with a jawbreaker stuns Jade Cargill momentarily, and look at Rousey. That's what won her last week's match to get her into the semifinals. And now this is where Rousey has to be smart. All she has to do is toss her in the middle of the ring, and it's going to be game, set, match over. Here we go. Ronda Rousey. 1, 2. Oh, not even a 2 count. Just a 1 count. Jade Cargill. And again, Ronda Rousey looking to go to the well one more time. Jade Cargill not going to allow that to happen. And now Jade with maybe the upper hand possibly. Let's see what she's thinking about doing. Oh, okay. Different variation of a maneuver. I don't know how you want to call it. Looks effective, though. She's going to go for the pinfall? What? Jade needs to hit a big maneuver here quickly, because Ronda Rousey is getting close to, you could maybe say, upsetting her or picking up a massive win. As Rousey onto the ropes here, into the big boot, down goes Rousey. A hard, awkward landing, and Jade, she's feeling very confident, doing some push-ups, as Rousey going to take some time to recuperate and going to go down to ringside here. And back inside the ring we go. Let's see what Jade may have in store here. Uh-oh, nope, Rousey. Oh, nice power maneuver there from Rousey. She's absolutely fired up here, but look at Jade. She's like, nope, not going to happen. I'm going to roll right out of the ring here and have you kind of get flustered. This is a great back and forth matchup. This is what you want in a semifinals matchup. And hopefully this will be the exact same thing we get later on tonight between Nia Jax and Liv Morgan. Ronda Rousey getting back, at least trying to get back up to her feet. Jade Cargill trying to figure out something. Jade Cargill, uh-oh. Wait a minute. Is it time to feel jaded? Here we go. Down goes Ronda. Pinfall opportunity. 1, 2. No, Ronda kicks out. Are you kidding me? Wow. I thought she had her there, but Ronda stays in the matchup, and down goes Ronda again. And Jade Cargill talking some trash as she should. Both these women dominating each other, but the frog splash misses. And now this could be the end of a reign in the terms of a undefeated streak here. But look at Jade with the kip up. But oh goodness, was that kip up necessary? She get tossed right into the barricade. Ronda continuing to fire herself up here on this edition of SmackDown. What a night we have in store for you. We'll have another Queen of the Ring semifinals later on tonight, into the finals later on tonight. We'll see which two will be facing off with each other. As Rousey trying to get Jade Cargill back in the ring here. And again, talking some major trash is Ronda. Look at Jade getting back up to her feet here. Oh, look at her tossing her up in the air out of nowhere. It's an awkward landing. Might be able to get a pinfall, but the feet is underneath the rope. Referee could see it from somehow that angle. And now Jade again looking to hit Jaded here on Ronda Rousey. Just moments ago she hit that, and we'll see if it's it this time. 2, 3 it is. And your women's champion is going in to the double main event later on tonight, where she'll face Nia Jax or Liv Morgan. What a match. What a showing by your women's champion. Didn't make it look easy whatsoever, but a win is a win at the end of the day. Impressive looking champion. And up next, ladies and gentlemen, it is a triple threat matchup to determine who will face John Cena for the United States Championship at SummerSlam. Not King of the Ring, but at SummerSlam. And this is a massive bout, triple threat matchup. LA Knight, The Miz, and Sheamus. Big opportunity for these three guys. Obviously, LA Knight, he was so close in that world title picture. He is very close in that world title picture, but obviously losing in the King of the Ring tournament, and also before that even losing to Stone Cold at the pay-per-view recently as well at Night of Champions, or not Night of Champions, but the pay-per-view beforehand. Certainly kind of, a little hard to maybe rebound, but it's going to take some time. But LA Knight definitely can get this. But when Teddy Long asked LA Knight if you'd like to be in this opportunity, obviously we know the answer. It was yeah. So certainly LA Knight gets himself a huge opportunity tonight live here on SmackDown as we wait for the other competitor to make his way down to the ring, that being The Miz. Miz teaming up with Cody Rhodes at the Night of Champions pay-per-view to knock off A-Town Down Under. And certainly we'll see if, obviously, a little bit of an ego change, a little self-checking now, certainly. And obviously with Miz now being a fan favorite of sorts, it's kind of a change, because Miz has always been a quote-unquote bad guy here in the series, and now Miz changing of the leaf, flipping of the leaf, whatever you want to really call it. It's a new opportunity, a new fresh look for The Miz, and we'll see if it changes or for the better, because Cody helping him kind of with that little, I guess, transition, move along, whatever you'd like to call it. And certainly in this match, it's not going to be easy having to deal with LA Knight and Sheamus. Could get hit with a bro kick out of nowhere, a BFT out of nowhere. You just got to be careful. But certainly getting a opportunity like this to further your career, one win at a time, it certainly can help you out. As we now wait, as it is Fight Night live here on SmackDown, and here comes Sheamus. And ladies and gentlemen, if you missed NXT Gold Rush, the reason why I'm bringing up NXT Gold Rush here is, ladies and gentlemen, it was announced, as you could see through our social media page, that the WWE Draft is coming back, and it will be the night after SummerSlam. So it is, for a lot of these superstars that may not be champions, or may not have something going on, this is the time to impress the general managers for Raw, NXT, and SmackDown, because right now the order going into the draft is Monday Night Raw getting the first pick, NXT gets the second pick, and SmackDown gets the third pick. It goes like that through 20 rounds. So, and if these superstars do not get drafted, they can sign to whatever brand they want to go to. So a lot of thinking going on for Raw, NXT, and SmackDown. And Robinson ringing the bell here. The match is official. Sheamus and LA Knight going at it. Miz certainly going to take his time as connects with the clothesline right behind Sheamus. Certainly with a new look for these brands. Certainly it's nothing wrong with kind of changing up all the superstars. Every champion, every superstar are up for grabs. Every team is up for grabs. Teams can get separated in the draft. So let's say, obviously we have A-Town Down Under. We've seen that them quite a bit. Someone from Raw could be like, hey, I just want Austin Theory. And be like, well, I don't want Grayson. Or vice versa. Raw wants Grayson Waller and they don't want Theory, then that team splits up. Or, let's say, NXT wants one of them type of thing. It's one of those things that you got to take into consideration. As LA Knight with those big strikes there to Sheamus into a big kick as well. Miz missing out on that neck breaker. And certainly we've seen some big matches before, but certainly a Sheamus and John Cena matchup, that'd be a quite interesting match, as they go way back. When Sheamus was first coming into WWE, Sheamus and John Cena 2010, going at it back in the early days. Miz and John Cena, we certainly know their history from long, long ago. LA Knight and Cena certainly have had their fair share of stuff going on as well, with LA Knight being the legend killer growing up and doing all that stuff as LA Knight. Oh, I thought he was about to fly. But this is the type of match, ladies and gentlemen. This is to go on to SummerSlam, have a United States Championship bout, and maybe, just maybe, you're able to knock off John Cena. Last time we saw Cena, he lost in that King of the Ring match, where he lost to Solo Sikoa. As now, Sheamus is going to toss Miz back in the ring here. As, oh goodness, he broke the dang kendo stick right into his hip. That is not going to be feeling good for the Celtic Warrior Sheamus, but certainly he's the type of man that is going to fight through everything, even if it hurts him to the most, especially if it's, you know, sticking into him, especially like a kendo stick. Swinging neck breaker there from Miz, takes down Sheamus. Now LA Knight going to go after the Miz with a neck breaker. Back and forth we go. I honestly don't know who's going to win. This is the first time you have three fan favorites going at it. I mean, certainly going to be a face-off there at SummerSlam, and just in the terms of, you know, Cena, it's going to be a tough match no matter what. And Cena could go to Raw. I mean, you never know NXT, especially with Adam Pearce. He's certainly has their own ways of how they see talent, and it's like that for all three brands, I guess. You know, you could say for William Regal, Teddy Long, and Adam Pearce, they all see stuff differently, and that's a good thing. And that gives other opportunities to certain brands because of what they see. So you may see more tag team wrestling. You may see more singles action at times. You just, there's so much going on, and that's what you love to see at times. There's a big old elbow strike there to the jaw of Sheamus. Sheamus may have a broken tooth from that bad boy. And now Sheamus down and out as Miz gets hit with a clothesline. Still to come tonight, we're going to have a little preview of the tag team match for the WWE Tag Team Championships, as tonight Carmelo Hayes takes on Tama Tonga one-on-one later on tonight. As obviously it's Carmelo and Trick taking on the new Bloodline. Sheamus is slowing down LA Knight as much as possible here. He's going to look to help out briefly with a vicious neck breaker. Don't want to take too many of those. As Irish Whip takes down the Miz. Sheamus now going to look for the pinfall. Can he steal a victory here? No, LA Knight keeps himself in the match. And now just raking the face there of LA Knight. Knight was able to move out of there briefly, but Sheamus, back and forth we go. Doesn't really seem like either man wants to finish off the other one, just in the terms of trying to win this match. Now another kendo stick involved, and now Miz right across the chest there of Sheamus, and now right over the head of LA Knight, the megastar. And oh goodness, and those kendo stick shots, man, especially when they explode. Absolutely brutal. Is a big boot to the Miz. Who is going to walk out victorious tonight, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, bro kick. Bro kick out of nowhere. Pinfall. But Miz able to break it up. And that's the only problem with a triple threat match, ladies and gentlemen, is that stuff is going to happen. Obviously, in a singles match, he may very well win the matchup, but obviously not just yet. As, oh, look at LA Knight. He's got himself a microphone. Uh-oh. Oh, right to the temple. LA Knight, known for his speaking ability, pulling out the microphone right underneath the ring and not afraid to show it tonight. It's a big-time suplex right on the microphone. And now Sheamus wants to maybe do a rap battle over the microphone here. Well, now the mic's gone out of the way here. Going back to some good old professional wrestling here. LA Knight from behind. Gonna look to make Miz pay here. Into that spinning elbow strike. Sheamus now. Here we go. Looking for the Celtic cross. Sheamus. No. LA Knight. Gonna look to make him pay. BFT on the broken kendo stick. Right in front of the Miz. 1, 2. No. Sheamus kicks out. So dang close. And Knight gonna look to grab the microphone one more time. Oh goodness, to the back of the head. Oh goodness. And oh, well, Miz got the upper hand in that scenario. You'd think Knight would have, but playing a little possum was the Miz. To a snapmare takedown into, well, ran into a brick wall named Sheamus. Oh, Miz now busted wide open, running. Neck breaker there. And now Miz coming right after the busted open phase of the Miz. And for Miz, hopefully he doesn't have any upcoming movies because he is busted wide open as a big time scoop slam there from LA Knight. Who is going to go to SummerSlam and meet the United States champion, John Cena? Will it be the Miz? Pinfall opportunity. So dang close. But no cigars. That blood is just dripping down the face of the Miz right now. And now let's see what... Ooh, got a good old-fashioned baseball bat in store here as Sheamus getting involved. Or I should say Miz getting involved there. There's another pinfall attempt broken up there. And now LA Knight and Miz, or I should say LA Knight and Sheamus going at it as Miz Stern back up to his feet and hits him with that running knee. LA Knight preoccupied in the corner. He doesn't know where he's at. Miz might be able to steal it. No. So dang close was the Miz. And Miz now looking to finish off the match. Is Miz gonna go? No, he's not. Sheamus connecting with a vicious knee. But Miz a little bit faster in this equation here. And it's hard to call this match. It feels like it's anyone's ball game. Right place at the right time type of moment. You got to see this. Now Miz, oh goodness, he hit that full-fledged, and so did Sheamus. Full on with that bro kick. And LA Knight, go for the pinfall, my man. He just got hit with a brogue. And now LA Knight going after Miz. And now Sheamus giving away 2-for-1 specials here. Down goes LA Knight. And now, oh, a low blow. A low blow that is perfectly legal. Miz now, is he going to steal a victory? And he does. Seems like even with this new side of Miz, he realized it's a triple threat matchup. This still can happen. And just like that, Miz picks up a win in this triple threat match. And Miz is going to SummerSlam to challenge John Cena for the U.S. title. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we get to see the other semifinals of the Women's Queen of the Ring for the SmackDown side of things. Who will go on to face Jade Cargill later on in the night? Will it be this woman who has had history with Jade Cargill, or will it be Liv Morgan? Either way, it is going to be a tough matchup no matter what you think of it. Nia Jax, I mean, she's had her moments ever since coming back here to WWE. She's had some really big time matches, and it feels like she's on the clips of where she needs to be. And certainly, you know, beating Liv Morgan gets her to the finals later on tonight. But certainly, she's gonna have to figure out Jade Cargill quickly. As here comes Liv Morgan, getting herself a big opportunity here tonight live on SmackDown. Like we said last time we saw her, hey, breakout moment time for Liv. She's going to have to out-wrestle and now do everything as she knocked off Bayley last week here on SmackDown. So, you know, picking up 2 wins over former members of Damage Control certainly is a way to go for Liv Morgan. And certainly Bayley has accomplished a lot more than Nia Jax. That was a big win last week, and she needs to continue with that momentum here tonight. As here we go, Nia Jax and Liv Morgan, who's advancing to the finals later on tonight. Referee ringing the bell, and oh goodness, Nia Jax connecting with these vicious elbows and these strikes. And this is probably not the best way for Liv Morgan to come in here into this matchup. And you do not want Nia to get her hands on you and start throwing you around or hitting these power maneuvers, because it will be a short night for you if this continues for sure. Pinfall attempt, but a strong kick out there from Liv. And the matchup will continue, but we'll see for how much longer, especially if Nia Jax is doing that type of stuff to her the whole time. She gets thrown right into the mat. Oh, well, there we go. Kip up out of nowhere, but it doesn't help her situation, and now into the corner. I don't know what Liv Morgan's game plan was. I don't know if she was thinking about, you know, trying to outsmart her or outwit Nia Jax, but right now she is not working out in her favor whatsoever, as Nia Jax with a big elbow strike. Oh, it misses off the top rope there. And now this is what Liv needs to do now. Capitalize on the mistakes. Pinfall. Nia Jax in trouble here. 1. Ooh, strong kick out there. And Liv needs to keep Nia Jax down on her behind. Keep her down on her back. Work the back. Work the legs. Whatever you got to do that will help you win this matchup. Make her pay for going high risk on you. And now Liv with an STO takes down Nia Jax. Uh-oh. But now, well, at least Liv Morgan is connecting with these strikes into the snapmare takedown, into trying to loosen up that back for sure, and a strong kick out at 1. And now Liv talking some trash. Probably not the best idea. I would probably continue to stay on the assault, not allow Nia Jax any time whatsoever to recuperate, as a jumping facebuster takes down Nia. For these 2 women, they want to end this match as quickly as possible, because obviously the longer this matchup goes, it's going to favor Jade Cargill, because she's getting to rest backstage here, as she's going to be getting around for that possible match later on tonight. Is that belly bump takedown there of Liv? Is that enough? No. Still not enough. Going to do a lot more to put away Liv Morgan here. As Liv Morgan doing the right thing, at least rolling under the rope just to try to get outside here. But no, she gets hit with a spear, and down goes Liv Morgan at ringside. And Nia Jax like, oh, this is your fan favorite. Oh, I don't give a crap. As back in the ring we go. Liv Morgan going to capitalize. It stunned Nia Jax briefly. And oh, big arm drag takedown there. Pure adrenaline right now from Liv Morgan. And oh, attacking the leg. That's a great idea, Liv. You gotta do what you gotta do at the moment, but just like that, Nia Jax changes up the momentum just on the swing of a bat. Here we go, Nia with an Irish whip off the ropes, gonna look to put her away, and just like running into a wall, ladies and gentlemen. That sudden stop for Liv Morgan. And now here we go, Liv Morgan now. Let's see what she's thinking. Oh, vicious knees. The knee strike's almost like a variation of a code breaker. Will that be enough to upset Nia Jax? No, it won't be. At least not yet. Gonna have to hit a little bit more here. Now a variation of Oblivion there from Liv Morgan. Is this it? 2. No, Nia Jax kicks out. And for Liv, you can't get frustrated. You can't step off the gas. You got to continue coming after Nia here. As a kick takes down Liv Morgan. Was that the last-ditch effort for Liv Morgan to win tonight? I can't really tell what Nia may be setting up here for. It was a boom, vicious headbutt. We know what that is. Oh no, we saw this in the Michelle McCool match. If she hits this, this is game over. Oh my goodness, caving in that chest. 1, 2, 3. Nia Jax is going to the finals against the women's champion, Jade Cargill. That matchup will be happening later on tonight. Liv Morgan was so close, but so far away, and Nia Jax will get another match with Jade Cargill later on. Ladies and gentlemen, we are backstage. Bayley just tossing a chair right after Naomi. I don't know what the hell this is from. I mean, the only thing I could think of is that women's fatal four-way match where Naomi did defeat Bayley, as Bayley just putting her through a damn table. Naomi's the one that pinned or got the final result on Bayley, and Bayley lost last week in the women's Queen of the Ring qualifying match, and certainly not too happy. So now she's taking on a former member of Damage Control who just thought she could leave. Obviously there's bent up frustration for Bayley, and she's taking it out on Naomi. Naomi lost last week, and now she's getting beaten down from Bayley. Can somebody stop her? Oh, not on that broken table part. No, Judas. Bayley laying out Naomi here. Well, certainly, ladies and gentlemen, that is one way to go after a former member of your team, but that is probably not the best way I would go about it, but that is not Bayley for you in her moment in time in her career. Certainly feels like she is snapped. Wasn't too happy she didn't walk out with the new Women's United States Championship. Naomi's the one that beat her in the match, pinned her in that match. And then, obviously losing to Liv Morgan in the first round last week. And certainly she's not too happy about it. And now she's setting her sights on the Women's Championship, but taking out Naomi in the process. So that's one, like I said, that's one way to do it, but I don't advertise the way she did it. But now we try to shift focus, as now it is the new Bloodlines Tama Tonga going one-on-one with Carmelo Hayes, who is one half of the current tag team champions here on SmackDown. Tonga Loa will be here at ringside to watch his boy go to work. Last week here on SmackDown there was a number one contenders match in a steel cage where Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa were able to climb over the top of the cage to walk out victorious. But now this is a whole different ball game. This is a singles matchup with your boys at ringside. We'll see if there's no extracurricular activities going on here at ringside. Just let these two guys go to work here tonight. What they say, Mello don't miss, and Trick Willie don't miss. And we'll see if they can retain those tag team championships this Sunday live at the King of the Ring as they defend against the new Bloodline. And for these guys, you gotta be ready for the unexpected. You never know when the Bloodline may try to show up in that match. So it might be one of those things where you try and hurry up and make the match, get it over, done, and fast. Especially when you could have yourself a lurking Jacob Fatu, a lurking Solo Sikoa, even though Solo Sikoa is going to be focused, possibly, if he is in that King of the Ring Finals match. But if he's not, then you definitely got to see a possible pissed off Solo Sikoa coming out to help. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Tama Tonga versus Carmelo Hayes. We'll see if he misses tonight. Referee rings the bell. Here we go. As now, over the head suplex takes down Mr. Carmelo Hayes. And we'll see how Tama Tonga faces off in singles action. We've, for the most part, kind of seen him in tag team action, so we're going to have to really kind of feel him out, the feeling out process right now. Going for a punch to the midsection. Carmelo saw it. Gonna hit him with a rebound clothesline into the big boot. Carmelo Hayes feeling awfully confident early on here. Now look at those. Oh, goodness, what a headbutt there. That definitely stunned Carmelo, and Tama Tonga going to make him pay with a big knee strike as well. Carmelo hit with like a drop kick of sorts, but it didn't necessarily work out in his favor. But ladies and gentlemen, the next two matches are to figure out who is going live to King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring. The Queen of the Ring finals matchup will be up next, as it's Jade Cargill versus Nia Jax, pardon me, taking on, obviously, like I said, Jade Cargill, Nia Jax, the Queen of the Ring. And then also for SmackDown, we're going to see Sikoa take on Gunther in the main event tonight. And look at the springboard clothesline. Vintage Carmelo Hayes. And when Melo says he don't miss, he does not miss. He's bringing that fight tonight and wants to send a message to the new bloodline. As Melo just wrenching in right there in that left knee. That is not going to be feeling too good for Tama Tonga, especially the longer he holds it in there for. And Tama Tonga just trying to get to his corner, at least talk to Tonga Loa briefly, as now Carmelo with a jumping forearm strike. Tonga Loa probably should have told him that he was coming, but he didn't. And now Tama Tonga looking to go back to work. It's a hard Irish whip. Down he goes. As Tonga Loa finally getting involved, getting that top turnbuckle taken off. And now this is where the bloodline become very, very dangerous here at ringside when they start going to work here. It's a big knee strike, and Robinson finally realizing that that top turnbuckle was exposed, and going to start to try to fix it here. And ladies and gentlemen, with the draft coming up too, you could see these guys split up depending on who wants to go. So, you know, even if, let's say, Carmelo and Trick retain, the night after SummerSlam and everything, whatever happens, Carmelo and Trick could get split up. The new bloodline randomly could get split up too. You just never know in these big time matches. It's Carmelo Hayes spiking him right on his head, and Carmelo has him right where he wants him, right in this opportune time. And now springboard moonsault right to the lower back. That won't be feeling too good for sure, I can tell you that. Into the pinfall. Will this be enough? No, still too early yet. And a vicious knee strike there from Carmelo. Back and forth we go. I'm really looking forward to this title defense for Carmelo and Trick Williams. It's going to be a really tough test, and it's really going to show you where you're at wise in the terms of title defenses. Are you ready to be the tag team champions? Now Tama Tonga going to toss him right on that top rope into the swinging neck breaker. Absolutely vicious. That might be it. Honestly, 1, 2. Ooh, so close. Oh, so close. But the matchup continues. And now Tama Tonga going to that place into a cutter. A cutter out of nowhere. Puts down Carmelo Hayes. Is that enough? Yes, it is. Tama Tonga and the new bloodline. Vicious tonight. And you get yourselves a little preview and Sunday night, ladies and gentlemen, we very well could have ourselves new tag team champions, and they go by Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. Trick Williams and Carmelo need to get something going quick. Your double main event has officially started, ladies and gentlemen. Nia Jax takes on the women's champion, Jade Cargill. Like we said, we've seen this match before. Nia Jax took Jade Cargill to her limit. Can Nia Jax once again take her to her limit, but actually defeat Jade Cargill this time? No, it's it's a tough answer. Nia Jax knows her quite well. Jade knows Nia Jax pretty well as well. So certainly, you could say that Jade Cargill is the one that systematically destroyed Damage Control from within. Took out Sasha Banks. Naomi wanted no more of it. Nia Jax and Bayley were the last two, and Nia Jax didn't really like, in the terms of everyone leaving and not being there anymore, and obviously Bayley not living up to the promises anymore. So Nia Jax left as well. And that's probably one of the main things that Bayley did tonight by taking out Naomi, who's a part of the group as well. So maybe Bayley might try to do that to Nia Jax too, but we'll see. But Damage Control seems like that is pretty much dead nowadays. As here comes your women's champion once again, Jade Cargill, who will go on to face Bianca Belair live there at Queen of the Ring. I mean, having a Jade Cargill Bianca Belair match, I think that'd be a first time ever matchup if I do recall. And Bianca and Nia Jax, that'd be a big time matchup literally for both sides. So I mean, either match is going to be a big time match for the women's side of things, and it might be bigger than last year's Queen of the Ring matchup between Tegan Nox and Bayley. But we are just mere moments away, ladies and gentlemen. Who do you believe will walk out with the SmackDown win tonight and go on to face off with Bianca? It's tough to say. I mean, Jade Cargill, women's champion, undefeated, but she's had some sure big tests along her career. As here we go, the start of the main event. The bell has officially rung, and Jade Cargill coming right out with that rebound boot. Now Jade, the strength and power, the over-the-head suplex into a kip-up. That is impressive by the women's champion. Oh, is she about to do it again? Over the head into another kip-up. How impressive is that to do it twice in a row? I mean, I find it impressive. And now again, gonna use the strength and power to pick up Nia. Damn. She is not afraid to pull out that power and strength game early on in this match. And now you're seeing that agility and over the head. Oh, a Samoan drop. Little shades of Nia Jax there. This is absolutely massive for Jade Cargill. She has not lost a step since that match earlier on tonight. That is quite impressive. Normally you start to maybe wither down a little bit since you had a match earlier on in the night, but it seems like she is on her game. And right now she's, just with the push-up, she's hitting on all cylinders right now. Except for when I say that, Nia Jax hits her with the reversal, but for 99% of this matchup, it has been all Jade Cargill coming out of the gate. And this is what Nia Jax needs to do, kind of corner Jade and kind of go to work on her, but certainly Jade must be hearing me from my announce table here, as she just tosses Nia Jax like 3/4 away, making it look so easy there, as a strong kick out from Nia with just a 1 count. Big elbow strike right across the chest there. And again, and my big question is too, after everything settles after SummerSlam, what does the landscape look like? And also, who's on which brand? Is Jade still on SmackDown? Does she get a facelift? Does she go to Raw? Imagine, she could go to NXT, possibly. She could be a first overall pick for NXT, I guess, for first overall pick for NXT, but obviously Monday Night Raw would get the first overall pick as Jade Cargill over the head power bomb. Nia Jax, brutal as it is. And now Jade somehow still moving after she being powerbombed. If I got powerbombed over the top rope like that, I would probably be down and out for a little bit, but I'm not your average wrestler like these other men and women that deal with it every single day. And now Jax, oh goodness, bouncing her right off that top of that apron. It's back and forth we go. This is what you love to see. Both these women putting it all on the line. This big forearm strike right in the middle of the back. Who's going to go face Bianca Belair? Big stomp to the midsection. Just trying to slow down Nia Jax as much as possible in this opportune time. That's what you have to do at these key opportunities. Jade Cargill inside that ring has dominated. Outside of the ring, she has dominated. But she has to get that result in the middle of the ring as Nia, the big forearm strike in the return. Nia trying to decide what she wants to do. She tosses Jade Cargill back inside the ring here. Uh-oh, Nia Jax. Time for a powerbomb, I think. Nope. Oh, almost like a spine buster powerbomb. That could be enough. Jade Cargill, is this it? No. Jade kicks out at the very last second. Nia Jax can't believe it. She thought she had her. And Nia Jax doesn't care. Right now, she's rubbing it in the face of all the fans of whoever may like Jade Cargill. I'm about to surfboard her here. Oh, goodness. Just trying to stomp her into that mat. And now Nia, over the top rope Nia goes. And now Jade Cargill's all fired up here. Was that the last ditch effort for Nia Jax as, oh, wait a minute. Oh, goodness. High risk, high reward, and Jade Cargill hit hard. Nia Jax moving right out of the way. Tough way to get yourself almost knocked out in that situation, especially in the finals of this. I wouldn't necessarily say she needed to do that type of maneuver. And now let's see what Nia has in store. What does she need to do? I mean, we saw it earlier on tonight, cave in the chest of Liv Morgan with that maneuver where she puts all that weight on her chest. It's a big elbow strike from Jade. Let's see what Jade can do. But these big old strikes. And now into a bear hug. Bear hug there. Jade Cargill may have to tap out. Middle of the ring. But no, Jade fighting out of it. Fighting out of it. Can she continue to? Yes, she does. Momentarily at least. And now Jade. Oh, we've seen this before. This is how she retained her championship weeks and weeks ago. And time to feel jaded here live on SmackDown. Down goes Nia. Pinfall. 1, 2. No, Nia kicks out. Nia kicks out, and Jade cannot believe it. How much is left in the tank for Nia Jax here? Here comes Jade Cargill. Oh, but gave Nia way too much time here. And now, oh, vicious backbreaker. And now Nia not playing around here. Here comes Nia. Time for the power bomb. Oh, no, and spine buster. Is it this time? 1, 2. And a strong kick out from Jade Cargill. How is she kicking out? And this crowd absolutely happy seeing her kick out. How much more is left for Jade Cargill? If Nia Jax hits this maneuver, it may be game over. As here we go, Jade Cargill. Big elbow strike to the back of the head. Jade Cargill once again in trouble. We saw that earlier on tonight. I don't know how much is left in the tank of the champion. She's absolutely going through it right now. Into a nice uppercut. And now Jade, again, is she thinking about drop kicking her? Or is she thinking about feeling a little jaded here? As here we go. Has her up again. Nia Jax doesn't want to be up there. But now she's about to feel jaded once again here. And surely this second time around has to be it. Yes, it is. Jade Cargill is going to Queen of the ring, we are going to see Jade Cargill, the women's champion, taking on Bianca Belair live at the Queen of the Ring. And if my record's showing me correct, this should be the first time ever we see these two women go at it. And probably the first time ever we'll see a women's champion in the very matchup as well. And now, ladies and gentlemen, your double main event has officially started. The second of the double main event, as it's going to be Solo Sikoa taking on Gunther, the Ring General, who will go on to the King of the Ring and face off with Ilya Dragunov from Monday Night Raw. This is going to be a tough test, no matter what, for Solo and Gunther. Obviously, Gunther and the Bloodline, they do have a brief history. Gunther trying to slow them down a little bit. That was a couple years back, if I do remember correctly. But still, this is a tough match, hard-hitting match, to say the least. And not only that, but you got to compete in 2 days' time to face off with an even more dangerous superstar in Ilya Dragunov. Now here comes the leader of Imperium. It is Gunther. This man, he is a former World Heavyweight Champion, former United States Champion as well. He would love to get that championship back around that very waist of his. But tonight, he's got to go through the Bloodline to do that very thing. And also, if he's able to do that, he's got to face off with that mad Russian, Ilya Dragunov. A lot of people are saying, hey, we would love to see Ilya Dragunov versus Gunther. And that's a type of match that you would have seen in the NXT UK days, in the growing up of where NXT UK was combined with NXT in our series here. But certainly this is a whole different ballgame. We might get Ilya versus Solo Sikoa. Anything is possible. And the question is too, like, who once we get that result too, we got to figure out, is there a person that has the quote unquote advantage in the matchup here? I don't know if there's an advantage in this matchup, and I don't know for sure if there's an advantage in the King of the Ring matchup that we're going to see at King of the Ring. So, that's the unpredictability of these events are perfect. But here we go, Solo Sikoa versus Gunther in the finals here on SmackDown. Matchup is officially official. Here we go. Solo starting off fast here. Ooh, into the corner. That flying elbow strike right across the, maybe almost like the jawline area, taking it to Gunther. Man, could you imagine just getting someone's bare foot kicked in the back of your head? That sure as hell would piss me off a little bit. And Gunther, obviously, he was able to, get out of it momentarily after getting his head kicked in a couple times from behind. A big chop to the chest there. Oh, big kick there from Solo Sikoa. Here comes Solo here. The arm drag takedown into a leg drop right on that arm. And Solo's all fired up as you should be. Could you imagine he's the one that wins tonight and goes on to King of the Ring, knocks off Ilya Dragunov? Certainly, it gets them the steps closer to where they want to be, because obviously you get to main event SummerSlam once you win these tournaments. The arm drag takedown again into another leg drop. Gunther's going to start seeing these tendencies from Solo Sikoa here. Last week, Gunther knocked off Cody Rhodes little back and forth matchup. Cody Rhodes hit a crossroads. Gunther kicked out. He hit a power bomb. Cody kicked out. A lot of back and forth in that matchup, but ultimately with Gunther getting the upper hand. Gunther's one of those tough superstars that you always have to prepare extra for, just in the terms of what he brings to the table. And now an Irish whip off the ropes. Here comes Gunther off the ropes. Solo Sikoa misses the elbow strike. Gunther just getting some extra exercise here. And now Gunther with the palm-handed strikes here. Certainly you're not going to volunteer me to get chopped up, I can tell you there. Definitely do not want to get in a striking battle with a ring general like Gunther. And like I've said before, there's probably a handful of guys that may be okay with it. The street champion, Solo Sikoa, he could very well do it. Oh, nice super kick to the midsection. Solo keeping him on his toes. Solo, Samoan spike to Gunther. Is that enough? Shoulders are down. 1, 2. Oh, and Gunther kicks out. So close. Catching him off guard with that Samoan spike. And that's what you got to do sometimes. Especially with that Samoan spike. You can catch him out of nowhere. Vicious headbutt right to the temple there, Gunther. And right now, Gunther, he's survived the early assault here from Solo, but you continue to take some damage. You know, I don't know how much more you might be able to stay in this matchup as he rolls to the ropes to at least get himself out of that situation he was. But over the top rope, down goes Solo. And hopefully for this matchup, we don't see any Bloodline members get involved in this matchup. Try to see if Solo can do it by himself. And this is what you love about the no count-out rule here, that is these men and women can continue to bring the fight to each other. And, you know, it keeps the matchup going a little bit longer. The refs don't have to continue yelling at the men and women to say, hey, you know, get in the ring. It's just like, hey, you know what, do what you need to. I'll stay in the ring, but don't do anything stupid disqualification-wise. Say another leg drop, but no, Gunther saying, hey, you went to the well one too many times, my man. Now Gunther going to toss him down to the other side of the arena here. Into a swinging neck breaker. Knew this matchup was going to be brutal from the get-go. Something has got to go on tonight. Who is going to the King of the Ring to face off with Ilya Dragunov from Raw? And Solo feels like he's the man that should be leading the future. He's had some big-time matches in his career, and certainly would love to add a possible championship match to his resume. Solo now going to toss Gunther inside the ring. Gunther is in trouble here. Solo Sikoa. Oh, wait a minute. Gunther moving out the way. But, oh, big kidney shot. And now this is where you have the two brutes strike back and forth here. Back and forth. Here we go. Solo and Gunther. Oh, no. Big reversal. Here comes Solo with those strikes. Again with the reversal. Solo Sikoa. Not messing around. And no. Gunther now is busted wide open. This is a pivotal moment in this matchup here, ladies and gentlemen. Solo trying to decide what he wants to do here. Taking up a lot of time. Might give Gunther enough time to get himself back in this match. That clothesline certainly will bring down his chances here. And now Solo with a big time Sikoa splash. Referee is right there. Shoulders are down. Is that enough? Yes, it is. Solo Sikoa is going, ladies and gentlemen, to King of the Ring. Gunther just could not figure out Solo Sikoa for some reason tonight. And Solo and Ilya Dragunov are going at it live there at King of the Ring, where the winner gets a main event match at SummerSlam. Sometimes in life, things just don't go your way. The Rock beat me fair and square. No shenanigans, no nothing. He beat me, and as he should. I wasn't going necessarily out there to beat The Rock, but I wanted to teach a Rock a lesson in different ways on how to handle things. Now, while The Rock has bigger family issues to deal with, I'll set that scenario to the side now, but I have to regroup with my family. We did fall a bit short in that #1 contenders match recently, but that's okay. We will continue to out-scratch and out-claw every single one of you guys on this roster. And especially with the addition of Alexa Bliss joining our lovely group once again, I love to see her back, and Bray or Wyndham, however you would like to say his name, would love to see her back. And her and Nikki working well together, that's what you love to see. And Nikki is also Miss Money in the Bank, if you guys have not forgotten. And we have a big time plan for that, and you guys will all see that very, very soon. While I cannot tell you most of our plans, there is a thing I heard of a WWE draft that is happening after SummerSlam. And I can tell you this, whatever brand we may be a part of, if we're staying here on SmackDown, going to Raw, or even over to NXT, one thing I can tell you is family will always be right next to me no matter what, and we will take over just the way Bray wanted us to.